Hi guys, Pack here. This piece here was a Bokumaro priority request where a community member requested a One Piece character. I know I've talked a few things about One Piece already from the Jinbei video, maybe the Zoro piece as well, if I did start doing a voiceover that far back. Nico Robin is one of the few female characters that I like on One Piece. I think most of them I'm kind of indifferent to. People like Boa Hancock, Vivi, to name a few. And there's a couple of characters that I do like in One Piece, and they are Nico Robin and Rebecca. I know I've only watched up to the first 500 or so episodes in One Piece, up to the Luffy arc. So there might be characters later on whom I would probably like, but up to episode around 500ish, there's only like a couple of characters that I liked in One Piece that were female. But the characters I do not like in One Piece were Nami and Usopp. I know Usopp is not technically it's not a girl, but I really can't stand that dude. But maybe there are people out there who actually enjoy and like Usopp, possibly because he might be relatable for them or for other reasons that I do not know. Yeah, I also didn't like Nami too, because I felt like she was a bit too naggy and obnoxious. So yes, sorry for the Nami enjoys out there. I'm sure she has plenty of fans, but yeah, I'm not quite keen on Nami if I'm honest. Yeah, but guys, don't quit or close the video just yet. But I have to admit, I do feel Nami and Nico Robin are like both anchors of the Straw Hat Pirates from what I've seen. So that's a bonus, I guess. That's a plus. Hopefully I have won the Nami fans back. Crapper. I find that they're like anchors in the sense that I feel like Nami kind of like steers and keeps the Straw Hat on course by constantly, like I said, nagging to the crew members to do this, to do that. Oh, you can't do this, or we have to go here, etc, etc. Whereas I feel like for Nico Robin, she's more of an individual, from what I've seen anyways. She seems to be an individual who comes in clutch and often saves the boys, where they frequently find themselves in precarious positions and scenarios. Luffy and Co are the type who are kind of like, like boys will be boys, unga bunga type, and just act first without thinking about any consequences or weighing up risk before doing things. And in light of that, they constantly fall in traps and get saved by Nico Robin, and then later get scolded by Nami XD. The community member wanted a particular outfit from the Wano arc, however you pronounce it. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's an arc that I haven't seen yet, and it's much later on from what I've seen. So yeah, I have no idea how to pronounce that, so I do apologise. When drawing her, I think it went smooth, and it came out better than I expected, in particular her hands and shoes. They came out much better than I anticipated. I think if you had to ask any One Piece fan to do a Nico Robin pose, I think 9 out of 10 people will probably cross their arms like an X pose. And I feel that kind of like encapsulates her and summarizes her as a whole. So I knew how to draw her in that pose. The patterns on the outfits were pretty cute, and I enjoyed drawing the flower designs on them. Upon finishing the line art, or it may have been the flats for her, I noticed that her figure or the proportion wasn't quite right. I know I'm not the type of person who likes to draw Bokumaros like super sexy or anything like that, but I did notice she seemed a bit thicker than I would have wanted, so I had to adjust and make her waist a bit slimmer. How do you guys think this piece went? And were there any parts of her you really like art-wise that I've done? I hope the One Piece fans are enjoying the show, and here's to many more episodes for y'all to be hyped up for. Anyways, I think I'm done voicing over this piece. Enjoy what's left of the time lapse and music, and as always guys, wherever you guys are, take care, be well, and be safe. Bye!